welcome, scholars. I am DJ Sophia, the youngest in charge. We get ready to have some fun today, though. We on the warm-up right now. Do remember to check me out on Instagram, on any social media, at DJ Sophia Rocks, DJ SOPHIA ROCKS. We get ready to have some fun, though. Turn up with me. Here we go.
Suicide door, brand new bag. College girls give me in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, hey, and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Got the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin', everybody? How y'all day going so far? Let me know in the chat. My day's going pretty good right now, because I get to spend some time with you guys today. And you already know how we go. You already know how we do it. We turn it up. We have some fun. We have a good time. Positive vibes only. Good vibes only. Let's go.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that free smoke on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm talking about pre-rolls. Dark hair, she look like she go. She do.
DJ Sophia is in the building.
That's right. I am in the building. We all in the building right now. We all turning up. Turn up with me. I know y'all know this song. Here we go.
Drop in a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Things come, give us a wait up. Don't wait to jump into zone. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Be my face, moving fast cause the Uber on the way. Taking pictures, make sure you can see no less. That week secured the money in a safe. I look like babe, now I'm on the way. Let you know when I'm about a mile away. When I'm outside, please don't make me wait. The party's starting when we pull up to the gate. Girl, we so late, I'm just with the crew. We ain't out here looking for boo. Cause some nights be better with you. It's a homie, something going on mood. It's not we on 100. Now drive off your baby mama, keep panicking. Ooh, that's just what I do. And that's just how we do it. Yeah, that's just how we do it. You like it what I do. Know how to keep it cool. And that's just how we do it. Yeah, that's just how we do it. And you can do it too.
Come on, everybody.
I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even
Do remember, everybody. I am DJ Sophia. That was just a warm-up. We having some fun later. I promise. We having some fun.
Good afternoon and welcome to the first finale for the first after school virtual program. My name is LaDonna Johns and I'm the manager of the Mayor's Office of Employment and Training for the City of East Orange. It was the very first partnership between the Mayor's Office of Employment and Training and the East Orange School District for a virtual after school program. And I must say it was very successful. I would like to acknowledge and thank Mayor Ted R. Green for allowing the program to go forward and understanding the importance of the program, like this virtual after-school program during the crisis of the pandemic. Thank you also to the East Orange City Council for their support of our East Orange students. On behalf of Mayor Green, who may not be able to join us today, I'd like to thank Superintendent Hassan and Dr. Williams for the partnership, because without the partnership of the school district, this program would not exist. This was an amazing program, and the students were enriched each session with tools and lessons that carried them on their individual journeys. Thank you to my Moet staff, and a special thank you to Antoinette Dismukes. She was so diligent about record keeping and keeping attendance. She attended each and every session. I'm sure many of you received a direct message to turn your camera on and take down that screenshot. It was our first virtual partnership with our fellow recreation department. So I'd like to thank Director Pearson and the fitness instructor, Derek Burton. I think we had to get a message to him that it was the first time for many students. I also like to thank students Patrick Clark, Tahaji Gilmore, Elari Gilmore, Markia Williams, and recreation staff, Kalina Kuhn and Connie Wilson. Also, a big thank you to Lisa Jackson, purchasing agent, and her staff, and Chris Johnson, Grades for Life. So, Jamila, take it away.
Hello, everyone. So excited to be here. So today we want to celebrate you all. You have completed this journey, and that means so very much. During the time of COVID, so much was happening in this world that we wanted to put some special love and attention on you all. And with this now is our finale celebration. So we're going to do some recaps. We're going to show the work that you did. We're going to speak to some of you, and then we're going to give you your certificates of completion for the program. So let's get started. We're going to start with my program, which is the SEL program. And here's a recap of what happened. Okay, guys. So my name is Jamila T. Davis, and I am your instructor today. I am an author, activist. I'm also the founder of the VIP Academy. And today I am going to be starting a class with you based on my book, Built to Outlast the Storm, which is 12 points on turning a setback into a major comeback.
My name is Mickerson Valsi. I go to Cicely L. Tyson Performing and Fine Arts. And what I usually do to get through the storm, I usually just mostly spend time with my family and sing, if I'm ever bored.
And sing, you said?
Yes.
I love it. So, Mickerson, I might be asking to hear some of them vocals because I know you've been getting it in the crib. That's good stuff.
So hi, I'm Simone Solomon. I'm a senior at Cicely L. Tyson School. And for COVID, I've mostly just been doing things I enjoy, because if you're just sitting at home, why not? Just playing violin, writing, just keeping to myself mostly, though.
Nah, that's dope. Both of y'all just said two things. Those are coping skills. So when you're doing the thing that you love, it helps to take away the pain. It eases the emotion. So playing a violin, singing, that's just super dope.
Hi, I'm Brittany Matthew. I go to Cicely Tyson, and I usually just pray or listen to music.
I love it. I pray every single day. Now, Cicely Tyson is in the... Let me tell you something about Cicely. I ain't gonna go there yet. But Cicely Tyson, the Schwepp program, y'all showed up and showed out. I'm definitely loving your presence in the building. Let's talk about it. Is it ever okay to put someone or something before yourself?
No, I don't think it's okay to do that, because Sometimes you have to be selfish. It's okay to sometimes think about yourself first.
How do you teach people how to treat you?
You place boundaries. You tell them like, okay, I don't like X, Y, and Z. And you let them know like breaking this boundary is not cool. You hold people accountable.
That is right. Taji, jump in.
You also communicate with them. Like you have to verbally speak to them and let it be known.
Correct. So somebody tell me, what's the difference of being aggressive than assertive? What's the difference between the two?
I believe aggressive is done like with the intentions of putting yourself in a place of authority, whereas being assertive, like you're on the same level, but you're being stern. It's not to put yourself above them or to be in a position of power.
So let's go over that again so everybody can be clear. Being aggressive is being hostile, right? That might be using your mouth, your fists, your hands. You're being hostile, right? So you're not supposed to be aggressive, but what you are supposed to be is assertive. And assertive is telling people how you feel, demanding respect, right? But it's doing it in a respectful way. So I need y'all to see things from a different perspective. I don't want you to view things out of the lens of misfortune. Oh, it's misfortunate. No, certain things are not misfortune. Certain things are moving you in the pathway of greatness. Certain things are moving you to become greater than you could ever think you could be. Some things are taking you to the next level. But the real question is, how are you going to perceive these things? It's about how are you going to let this thing affect you, right? Are you going to declare that you're defeated? Or are you going to say, you know what, let me take a nap because this is a lot to, take in, but I'm going to get back up again and I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go hard. Oh, you said what? Okay, you locked me up. You threw away the key. I'm going to go hard. Okay, this happened and that happened. Okay, I'm going to grieve for a minute, but I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go hard. Right?
I think that it's like self-care classes and like classes like this should be something that's implemented or integrated in schools, because school is tough, especially like when you have a bad mental health, it's even tougher. It just feels like a chore. And a lot of teachers and a lot of students and a lot of parents, especially like with like Black kids, don't prioritize mental health. So I feel like if you have it integrated, then it's easier for like students to like maintain a good academic profile and still feel okay and not feel stressed all the time.
Wow. Watching that video brings me such great joy. I had so much fun in this class with our students. So let's bring in our East Orange scholars that were a part of the Built to Outlast the Storm social emotional learning class. I'd like to talk to you guys. Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. So I wanted to bring you on to talk about some of the things that you guys learned in the class. One of the things we spoke about was with COVID-19 and everything happening and it feels like a storm. What do you guys learn from the class of how to cope through the storm? What do you do? When storms of life arise, how do you get through them? We can start with you, Kimberly. What tools did you learn to cope through the storm?
Okay, so I learned that it all starts with like your mindset. So you can't see these like tribulations, these adversities, these problems like COVID-19. You can't see it as an issue. You can't see it as a problem. You have to see it as a stepping stool for something that's gonna come for your future. So what I learned is that I need to change my mindset, be like, hey, don't look at the negative, look at the positive. What can I gain from this? What can I do? So how I dealt with this storm, the storm of COVID was a terrible storm, but I learned throughout the class to focus on myself because I'm the only one in charge of myself and I'm the only one that can basically help myself and heal myself and stuff like that. So what I've been doing is affirmations. I make sure I say my affirmations in the morning. I say my affirmations in the night before I go to sleep. I've started journaling and I started like doing meditation, basically doing stuff that I genuinely am interested in and like during COVID and during school, you kind of like forget about yourself. You forget that you're even a person. You need to be taken care of. So throughout this class, I realized that, hey, I need to prioritize myself more. Go outside, listen to some music I like, eat some food I like. So that's what I've been doing. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. So who else is going to jump in? What's your coping skills now? What did you learn about how to weather through the storm? Inala?
Yes.
Yes.
I learned better ways to cope, because before it's just like, okay, let me ignore this instead of facing it head on. When you face it head on, you really have a chance to grasp it and get rid of it while you can. I've started incorporating meditation into my life. Like, I try to get it here and there when I have absolutely nothing to do. I feel like this program, as time progressed, I feel like I felt different. Like, it gave me reassurance. It let me know, like, I'm on the right track. It let me know, like, okay, you need to change X, Y, and Z. It taught me to prioritize self-care and put myself first. Because like somebody said in the video, sometimes you have to be selfish. And I feel like I'm a giver. All I do is give. And, it's okay to sit back and take some time for me, or do things specifically for me and not worry about anybody else. So.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. And Janasia, you have been very vocal in the chats, and I love going back and reading your comments. So tell me, what did you get out of this class, and what ways now are you equipped to weather through the storm?
Well, some things I got out of the class is basically what Kimberly said, don't think on the negative side, and don't be focused on like the bad aspects of life. Like with COVID, it may have been really tough for a lot of people because it was stressful for students. It was stressful for a lot of people, and a lot of people were passing because the COVID. And you helped me be able to do you made me be able to go more into myself, think of myself before I thought of other people, because I was more of a person that would put myself out there but never take time of myself.
Wow. Yeah. I've seen your growth, and you're on camera talking to us today and not hitting the chat. So that means so very much. What is this class going to mean for transitioning back into school? What better ways are you now equipped to go back into school and just to be great during this season? Inala, we'll start with you. What did you get? What tool did you get that's going to help you go through the school year?
I definitely feel like, the lesson that you gave us, not every action, deserves a reaction. That'll help me a lot. And really things to manage my stress levels, because, I feel like the transition is going to be, really stressful. You're back in classrooms and you have to do X, Y, and Z, and, back to all these different types of state tests and stuff. It's really going to be a lot, on my plate. So managing my stress is really important.
Great. And Kimberly, what tool will you take to transition?
So I'm going off to college, and I myself is a workaholic. Like, I tend to put work before my personal health and my mental health. So what I've learned from this class is that you can't do that. You can't be doing work, you can't be pressuring yourself on bad mental health. So what I'm gonna do is prioritize myself. So if there's days where I feel overwhelmed with schoolwork, I'm gonna be hey, let me do a little meditation right now. Or let me go out with my friends and eat my favorite food. Stuff like that I'm going to do, and I make sure that even if I don't have people to talk to, I can journal in my book and be okay, this is how I feel, and have tangible feelings. Because I feel when you can see your feelings on paper, you kind of feel more relieved. And also surrounding yourself with people that uplift your energy and not drain you. So that's my 2 takes.
Thank you so much for sharing. And Janasia, what will you use when you transition back now into school?
I personally will take more time for myself, because I have the tendency of putting my whole self into schoolwork and community service and everything like that, and I never take time for myself. So now I'm gonna be able to just step back and before I overwork myself, I'm just gonna take a breather and restart and get refreshed.
Thank you so much for sharing. So mental health is everything now. Emotional intelligence is everything. It's how students survive. So I thank you all for being a part of this course and sharing your story with us. Thank you, guys. Next up, we are going to have our social justice program come forward. Social justice means so much in a time such as, things such as George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and everything that's happening. We had the privilege to have a class taught by the one and only Angelo Pinto. Mr. Pinto, are you in the building?
I'm here. How's it going?
It is going well. It is going well. So I'm going to leave you to talk about your class and to introduce some of your students. Thank you so much for everything.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Where are my students? And for those who don't know, my name is Angelo Pinto. I am an attorney and activist and organizer and one of the co-founders of Untold Freedom. And I had the privilege, thanks to Jamila T. Davis and the VIP Online Academy, to bring social justice classes to, school and to the students. So before we jump into the conversation and start talking to some of the great young folks who are in the social justice class, we are going to start with a little recap video. So I think we're going to go to the video right now.
Just miles from where George Floyd died, a police officer shot and killed a young, unarmed black man, reigniting outrage and inflaming tensions. Says cops pulled over 20-year-old Dante Wright for expired tags and tried to arrest him for an outstanding warrant. There was a struggle. The police chief says one of the officers pulled out her gun by mistake, thinking it was her taser, and fired. Today, the police chief released body cam video of the shooting, and a warning now. The video is hard to watch. We're going to play it, but we pause that video at the moment of the fatal gunshot.
Oh, wow. All we want to do is take the chains off. All we want to do is break the chains off.
So we were creating a logo earlier, right? And so the logo kind of made me wanted to make a drawing. And so the whole time, I don't want it to seem like I was like, nah, I'm just here in the class. I was like actually drawing. Like, I was thinking of something to at least kind of show in the class, because I'm in Florida, so I can't really, do anything while I'm here other than advertise, but maybe drawing something would, kind of help.
No, I think it's great, Brandon. I think we can figure out how we incorporate it. It could be incorporated into the logo. It could be incorporated even into the program or the protest, because I think one of the things we've talked about, and I think your drawing illustrates, is that there's a variety of ways in which you can use your gifts or talents to engage in activism and let your voice be heard, or even just to share how you feel and how you see activism. So I think we just should figure out how we can use it.
When I first started class, to be honest, I wasn't necessarily exactly sure what I wanted to do here. I mean, when I heard the word social justice before, I never actually thought about anything around the world or even around my community. I just saw it as, hey, they're just people protesting for laws that they think that are unfair. But now that I have a perspective of different views and different ideas on what social justice means around the world and around with many people's different voices and our voices as youngsters, I became more interested in it. So that's definitely the first time that I would want to give a shout out to something that actually got me interested in something that I never actually put in the time in for before, and actually never usually cared about before.
Okay, so I started doing the social justice student union at my school, but I didn't really know what I knew what I was doing, but it just felt like better learning from someone who's already been through that entire process, who constantly do that process, and that's their job. So when you came to the social justice meeting, I was really excited, because it's this is actually what I want to do. This is what I want to pursue with my life. And seeing somebody actually talk about it and explain the process and how it goes. It was just really helpful and insightful. So then I quickly joined this classroom and I learned so much, and it made me appreciate like social justice work way more, like especially planning this protest. Like you see the protest, you're just like, oh yeah, they put in work, okay, cool, whatever. But actually doing it on your own, you realize how much work it takes and how exhausting it might be.
I definitely feel like I was heard in this class. Like, you know, you can repost something, but people don't really watch your story, or they'll just scroll past it. And I also feel like it made me feel stronger when it came to speaking out about certain things. Like sometimes I shy away from it, or I won't correct somebody, I'll just keep going. Now I'm up in center and I'll tell them like, no, that's false, or I'll explain to them how I feel, you know, try to help them see it how I do.
Shall break every chain.
Wow, it was great to hear and see the students talk, my great students. Before we get started talking about the class and social justice, if all of you could introduce yourselves, tell folks your name, age, grade, school, and something about yourself. Maybe share, you know, what you want to do, what you look forward to doing, whether that's with respect to college or professionally. And we can start with Stephanie and just go down.
Hi, my name is Stephanie DeRoy, and I'm 13 years old, and I'm a 7th grader at Cicely Tyson Middle School of Performing and Fine Arts. One thing about myself is that I'm a very shy person, but yet inside I'm very protective of my personality, and I like to speak out against what I believe in.
Thank you, Stephanie. Jada.
Hello, my name is Jada. I attend Cicely Tyson School of Performing and Fine Arts. I'm 12 years old and in the 7th grade. And something about myself is that I'm very passionate about social justice and getting our voices to be heard.
Thank you, Jada. Kimberly.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Krause. I'm a senior at East Orange Campus High School. I'm 17 years old and I will be attending Princeton University in the fall. I plan to major in politics there. One thing about me is that I'm a really avid lover or fighter for social justice, and I plan to basically do that fight through politics by diversifying Congress and being one of those people that will represent the people that are voiceless. So,
thank you, Kimberly, on your way to Princeton. We're not mad at that. Joanna, tell them who you are, and then we'll get into some questions.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Joanna, and I'm 17 years old from East Orange Campus High School. I'm a junior, and one thing about me is that I like getting with people that are on the same mindset as me, and are on the same mindset of getting justice for everybody, of raising our voice, of making our voices heard. As a youth, we have a voice, and it's our job and our duties to make that voice be heard.
Thank you. Now, the first question is, during the course of our class, and it showed a little bit in the reel, we got the opportunity to learn a lot, but we talked about some very important current events. So during the course of our class, the Derek Chauvin trial was actually happening, the officer who killed George Floyd. And we got to spend some time talking about the trial. And also during the course of the trial, Daunte Wright, who was a 20-year-old young person, was murdered 15 minutes away from where George Floyd was murdered. And we spent some time discussing Daunte Wright as well. As students, as young folks in America who are watching these things happen and also attending school and doing all the things that young folks do, how do those events influence you? How do they impact you? And do you normally share and talk to your other fellow students about these things? And anyone who wants to jump in, please feel free.
One way that the event has impacted me is that I've actually was never a fan of listening to the news. But as soon as the news hit by and we were in social studies class, the first time that I've ever heard about it was in social studies with my teacher, Miss Doe. And it actually got me interested because I also felt ashamed by it, that the fact that an officer, someone that many kids and young future legacies and generations look up to protect them, keep them safe and healthy, and keep their environment safe, is the same person yet that will actually kill someone mercilessly with no mercy at all. And that's not usually something that I would talk about to my friends, but now that becoming part of this club, I realized that most of the things that I would usually say were actually quite based on social justice, and I never used to realize it. And it actually hurts me to know that an officer left a legacy behind where it actually made not just himself and his company, but every single officer around the world feel ashamed, hurt, but also at the same time, he's putting other lives in danger when it comes to officers due to the reputations that he has made.
Thank you, Stephanie. Joanna, Jada, and Kimberly, anything you want to add about the impact of hearing about, Daunte Wright and watching the Derek Chauvin trial?
Oh, it's okay. You can go.
So it's kind of like a two-way feeling. Like, for one, it fuels me because I want to make a change so these things don't happen or don't happen as frequently. And it's also really sad to see because these people are American citizens. These police force are supposed to serve and protect. That motto that they preach about serve and protect is just deception. Hate to break it to you guys, that's just purely deception. You cannot be serving and protecting anyone while killing people for no reason, killing innocent Black lives for no reason. So it kind of fuels me to be like, hey, once I get the connections or once I have that platform, I'm going to make sure I speak on it, and I'm going to speak and make sure everyone hears me. And I normally speak to it with my friends. Most of my friends that I met from college, we actually, because all of us were just completely like just nervous, and our stomach would just like turn when the whole we were waiting for the trial, and we were waiting for the sentencing, and we all went on FaceTime. We were discussing like what we think was gonna happen, what do we think is gonna be the results. And when we found out that he was guilty on all 3 accounts, the sense of relief that came was just crazy. But that was just only one case. There's so many other cases that go unnoticed, that doesn't show up, that don't have video proof. So it's just like there's so much work to be done, but at least accountability will serve in that aspect.
Thank you, Kimberly. Joanna, I think you wanted to chime in.
Yeah, and just to piggy off of what Kimberly has said, and it's like if we're caught doing something, we need video for proof. We need videos to get justice. Like how? Because it's like you're sworn to protect us. You're sworn to do everything in your right and your legal capability to help us. But you're the ones that are hurting us. You're the one that are stepping your foot on our necks. You're the one that are like literally keeping us down. How?
Thank you. Thank you.
This trial has impacted me in so many ways. It's definitely changed my perspective of police and how I view them. Before, they were like superheroes to me. I was looked up to them. I remember when I was in kindergarten and first grade, having them come into our schools and and the teachers telling us that they're superheroes and that they're here to protect us. And now I'm actually viewing it and I'm getting a perspective on it. They're not here to protect us. They're here to kill us.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Jada, and all of you. I think your perspectives are so important, and oftentimes we don't think about the ways in which young folks are actually having these important conversations. I think sometimes adults are thinking that young folks may not be paying attention, or sometimes even don't take these issues serious. So now we're going to shift a little bit to talk about the class. What was the most important thing you got out of the social justice class? What was the thing that when you think about the class, you say, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad we talked about this. I'm glad I learned this for myself and my future, and I think for my fellow classmates?
For me, one of the most important things that I got out of this class was seeing people around me, seeing the same people that had the same drive in me to get justice, the same drive, the same like, oh my God, what is happening? We got to do something. For me, it was really good to see that because I don't really have a lot of like people around me that are in the same mindset as me as to get justice for anything that we want. So it was like coming to see like kids like me, kids that are my age, youth, that are talking about things that are actually happening while some of us don't even like, we just let the world goes around us. So coming to the class, seeing what everybody was doing and putting my words out there and seeing that people were really thinking the same as me, it kind of put things into perspective and it kind of made the group better because all of us was pitching in ideas, and then we actually came up with a whole project that we're all working on right now. So that was like the togetherness, the community, and it was like really good.
Thank you, Joanna.
My original reason for joining this class in this program was for the earning aspect of it, and rather than learning. But once the learning came to play, it became, well, I don't really care about the money anymore to me because I was given the platform to share my voice and to have my voice heard. Because usually when the younger generations want to talk about this topic, we're told to start with adult conversations, when really the truth is it's not an adult conversation. It's a united conversation and a community conversation. And I'm glad that when filling out the application form, I decided to endeavor in social justice because I'm never going to stay out of these adult conversations anymore.
Thank you, Jada. Stephanie, Kimberly, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to add similar to what Joanna said. Like, there's not a lot of people, especially like around me, like in my classrooms, that genuinely care that much about social justice. They either think that it's like too much to worry about, or it's just like, oh, I don't really care, it's not affecting me. So having this class and having this platform where there's like people like Joanna, like Jada and Stephanie that are talking about social justice, who are just as passionate and have that drive, was really, really like, you know, informative and really like helpful. And this class made me appreciate social justice work so much. Like, since our project, like balancing like schoolwork and balancing that project, it was a lot. And like the different meetings and stuff like that, you realize that social justice work is no joke. It's not a simple thing. You have to put in a lot of time and effort and stuff like that. And you don't expect stuff in return. All you expect is change and people to hear you. So it was really great to have that platform and also have that greater appreciation for social justice work and the people that do it.
Thank you. I think I just have time. Maybe I don't have time for any more questions.
We're wrapping up, but we are so excited about the work that students did in this class, and we wanted to just give you guys kudos and clap it up for you because you are definitely change agents, making really major things happen. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you again, Mr. Pinto, for teaching this class. And for them to get hands-on experience from you is everything. So thank you so much.
Most definitely, my favorite students. Thank you for the opportunity, Ms. Davis. You all have a good one.
Take care. Okay. So we have some special guests in the building that we are so honored and grateful for. One being Dr. Juan Rios, and we have Councilman Ali in the building. And I do also think we have Superintendent Hassan. So before we bring them on, because we're going to discuss this clip, let's take a look at what happened last week in our SEL class. And we also have two distinguished guests on. We have our superintendent on today. Superintendent Hassan is on. We also have Dr. Kelly Williams in the building.
But believe it or not, the world is shifting. And as educators, we're realizing now that all of the things that you just stated, social emotional learning, we want a class like this as an advisory. We want to incorporate this into the school day. We're shifting to get you there. So our goal is for this not to just be an after school program, but for it to be a program during the day. And my job here, as tasked by the superintendent, is to make sure you have student programmings that will, of course, empower your voice.
So I want to give our students this exciting news that this program doesn't just stop here, but with the help of LaDonna Johns, she is putting in play for the summer youth program, the peer mental health certification program, kicking it off during our summer program. So students that are involved in this program, you will be able to actually get training during the summertime from Dr. Juan Rios of Seton Hall, and you guys kind of got some introductory skills from me. But now we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to get you some real training so that you could help your peers to be able to go through challenging situations. That doesn't mean you're a therapist. It just simply means you're a coach. You simply will be a person that folks that are going through difficult times can talk to you, and you can give them encouraging words, and you can say the right things to help them with that. And the thing about this, guys, is it wouldn't just be summer employment. Our goal is to find funding for this program so that you would be able to get paid throughout the year. I want to spend the rest of the session to talk about what should that look like? How should we do this?
So I think we should create a safe place so that kids can come in and just let it all out and then just get their day going.
So I feel like being in the school will be better, but also having that class inside the building will be better also, so people could like go to that class to like have a break. I would say not a break, but they get everything off their chest.
Stop right there. I like that. A mental health break. Somebody write that down. Let's go elaborate into that. What could a mental health break during the day within school look like?
Once in a week in certain of our classes, we could just not do any work and just do mental health exercises for the whole period.
I remember when I was in middle school, we had this thing at in the school called The Zone, where we can go at lunch or anytime after school, where we can watch TV, we can chill, we can eat. Like, I feel like we should create a space like that if, like, during the day, where we can take a break from classes, where we can just go.
And like, we've been at home for like a good year or so. So it's kind of going to be hard for people to just like, we're not going to be instantly clicked back into the regular school vibe. So I feel like if we have like teachers that understand that, we're not going to be able to just like go back into that, oh, I'm doing hands-on like in-person learning so quickly.
I think the peer coaching, I think it should look like, I think some schools, we should have a garden and then like have like little chairs outside, and then we could take the group and just peer and just chat with them and have them unwind while they enjoying nature.
I feel like not everyone is open to sharing certain things with people, so maybe you should build a reputation first, because some people have like really deep stories and they're not ready to like share with a whole group of people, so they can find one person that they trust and then share with them.
So we really look forward to this joint partnership. That's the beauty of it. It's blossomed into this, partnership and then into the sincere movement.
Because I'm decreeing and declaring that. I feel like what you guys are about to do in East Orange together, you guys are going to make history, and you're going to show the world this is how we transition. This is how we overcome obstacles. Thank you. So let's talk to the experts. I think we have Dr. Juan Rios in the building. We have Councilman Ali in the building, and we have the one and only Superintendent Hassan in the building. Hi.
How's everybody?
Good day, everyone.
So I'm excited about the students of East Orange. You see that they came up with, not we, but they came up with peer-to-peer mental health coaching, which now, with the help of Dr. Rios, we're going to actually be able to take what they created and make it a thing. So I just wanted to have a conversation about that. Dr. Rios, let's start with you. Now, hearing what the students said about they wanted safe spaces and gardens and ways to transition, what do you think about their student voice, and how real is this? How can we really make this happen?
Well, absolutely. That's the first response to that. Can it happen? Without question. But let's also look at the data, what currently exists around this area. So we know that the CDC in 2020 had already created a new objective into well, how do we integrate social emotional learning into high school students in order to increase their capacity to not only graduate, but look at it from a social determinant of life expectancy. That we know when folks are in school, graduating, or in careers in which they feel satisfied, their length of life increases. What studies also show that 13% is a 13% increase with students who are engaged in social emotional learning or in spaces where their emotional intelligence are increasing, that they're more likely to graduate high school. 9% increase of students who are engaged in high schools are more likely to graduate. So it's an increase all the way around, whether graduating from high school or graduating from college, when you're engaged in these types of spaces. So it's linear. It makes sense. When my mind is okay, I'm able to be present, fully present, in order to receive the education and integrate it into how I feel about myself and my space and my world, which what we call is self-efficacy. My belief that not only that I have the access to these resources, but the belief in knowing that I can also move through spaces believing that I have value and worth. And those are two distinct things. Access to resources is one thing, which we call cultural capital. Access to support is another thing, which we call social capital. But access to believing the internal work is the self-efficacy. And we have to be able to think about including all three. We could provide opportunities like this amazing program that you're doing, Jamila, into this, and you know, you're providing them with resources and skills. They're connected with one another, so we're thinking about, you know, the spaces we're creating. And now what we want to do is also increase their capacity into self-care and the belief of self. So I'll stop there.
Oh man, you said so much. I got to take notes. I got to do the replay on this one. But Superintendent Hassan, I just wanted to speak to you because you was in that class with these amazing students. Truly, these current students, I mean, the level of work that they do is amazing. What do you think about now them transitioning back in this peer-to-peer program and the need for it?
Dr. Davis and the students, Dr. Rios, I can to humanity, what you deal with around your footprint. And I'm always, you know, with Chris All, Councilman Chris All, audience, the students, just, you know, them coming together, just of their presentations, nothing, no stone unturned in every student. And that's what it's really all about. Where they're at, so they can improve themselves. And
so, Hassan, your mic isn't good, and what you're saying is so important that we want to hear it. Could you come out and come back in again so we can fully hear you, because we can hear you and it's coming in and out. So, Councilman Awi, we love you, first of all. Thank you for always supporting the program and supporting the students. What do you have to say about the incredible work that these students have done? And thank you always for your blessings to be able to do work such as this.
Well, you know, of course, this is exciting. You know, here in East Orange, we're no strangers to being innovators, but to see our next generation really take the mantle is fantastic. And for me personally, as a former educator here in the city, and someone who came up in the city, who walked these streets and who lives here still, just trying to be the example to show that they can make an impact when they get to this point. But it's going to happen well before they get to my age and to this point. They're doing and making the impact now. And so, you know, it's my job, it's our job here in East Orange City Council, you know, back to what Dr. Rio said, you know, we can bring everyone together and those resources, you know, we're doing everything and anything we can do to pull the resources together so that they have all they need at their hand. And so we'll get the social capital, we'll bring the community together, we'll bring the education together for them to actually have that self-efficacy that he talked about. Once they have everything at the display and at the disposal, it's for them to do their internal work. And so I'm excited to see the impact they're already making right now. You know, for all the kids that was on, you know, they don't know how much work goes behind closed doors and in the backstage, right? And so, you know, to our scholars there, know that we fought. The administration here in the city and city council fought to get this program up. And so I'm so excited to see the impact. And I'm so excited to see that now is raising eyebrows nationally, right? Now people starting to see, wow, this can work. And the program that we have with Dr. Rios and Seton Hall, I'm just excited. And I'm just glad to see the impact they're making. So usually I tell the kids how proud we are of them. I think they know that already, how proud we are. Now, I'm telling them now the expectations that we have, because they have raised the bar, they have raised the level, of expectations for us. And so we want to see those voices of theirs amplified throughout the city, throughout the county, throughout the state, throughout the country, to make the changes that is necessary, because it's really going to be them. It's really going to be them to make the changes and the impact.
So I was blown away because they said peer to peer. We want to do this for each other. We want to take the skill set that we learn and help our other fellow students get through. And I thought that it was amazing because, there's a stigma that comes with mental health, right? Everyone doesn't feel comfortable going to see a therapist just yet because of the stigma that's around it. So for these kids now to learn coping skills, to have all of these resources and tools, and then want to teach each other is amazing. And now we have Superintendent Hassan back in. We just wanted to get your reaction. We got our blessing from the councilman who said he's going to do everything possible to continue to support the students in this. And we were talking about the peer-to-peer mental health coaching, which seems to be a thing. And East Orange kids are creating a wave with this. This is something that Dr. Rio says has kind of been done, but never really been done in a formalized manner such as this. So are you excited about that, Superintendent Hassan?
Look,
and how do you feel about your East Orange students?
Look, I'm so excited that I had to get another device to try to get back on. So I appreciate it. One of the things today is that I'm actually boots on the ground, making sure that I'm wishing the mother, all the staff in the district, which we have 10,000 students and we have a lot of staff. So I want to make sure that I'm also indexing Teacher Appreciation Week, as well as telling every woman in our district Happy Mother's Day for the weekend, all the schools. So I just want to make sure I get that out. So I'm actually traveling around. I'm in the school, so I was using the phone. So my apologies.
Okay.
But again, Dr. Davis, what an awesome job you have done with these students. The information they shared, you left no stone unturned with these students. The message and the words they shared was very heartfelt. And, it really touched me when one of our students just said, I wish I would have met you earlier because my life would have been different. So, when kids make those powerful statements about mentors, as we sometimes continue to be similar to some of our ancestors, is that you're providing a tool and a jewel for them to be successful. So this Learn to Earn program, and also social justice is on another page of advocacy. So that talks about that student voice. And that's why I like what Dr. Rios was talking about. And I appreciate all the stuff that he does with inspiring youth to have that student voice, because it's so important for them to advocate for their rights and for their future destiny, because their journey will be hard and it will be challenging at times, and it may go in different directions, but long as they know they have a right to exercise their voice, and it doesn't matter whether it's in America or a different country, always know you always have a voice. So I'm excited to always inspire students, because I do know that some of our urban students suffer from different levels of self-esteem, which is the mental health issue that I've always talked about. So the more we build our students' self-esteem up, they become very empowered to know that they can achieve and overcome any odds they put in front of them. That's why my motto is always about overcoming odds and achieving success. It's not about where you start at, it's all about how you end. Don't give up on your passion and don't give up on the journey. So I wish you all the best. And again, my heart is filled with the work you're doing. So I just want to thank you. And Councilman Chris All, you know how the work we do. So I always appreciate you, my brother.
So real quick, there's two questions I have. One for Dr. Rios. What could students expect with this program? What kind of training are you going to give them? So students that's potentially interested, what will they learn?
So I think it's important also to circle back into something Superintendent Hassan said, and also Councilman All, is that before there were therapists, before there were, there was family, there was community, right? So he talked about ancestral work. And whenever we talk about social justice, or transformative justice rather, it's about building community and creating space where I feel safe enough that when something has happened between us, that you will hold space for me, in the sense that this is not going to turn into something where it don't need to go. Right? So often, most conflict that happen between people is the stuff that's in their mind that's occurred way before they met you. Okay, and this happens also within children, that children bring in their family homes, they bring in their relationships with their with what may have happened with their friendships, things that may have happened. So by the time they get to that encounter with you, and if you brushed up against me, it's all those other things that's happened that's going to play into this dynamic that's occurring right now. But if I'm able to start giving them the language, if we as a community are providing them the language of trust, of compassion, of community, then now it's like I'm not meeting you with all of these walls. I'm meeting you this way, right? And that changes the entire dynamic of how this conversation is going to go down when we have conflict. So that's one. It's building space. It's creating a common language of embracing and destigmatizing what love is in our community, what is love is to myself, what does that mean within our dynamics, and as we build a strong East Orange, that love extends beyond my household and it spills into the streets. So it's that one, being able to destigmatize and start building common language and capacity building about how we hold space in non-judgmental ways. Then once we understand that, then we can start moving forward into what are boundaries. Okay, so we're not expecting students to be to move into therapist roles. What was their role is to understand what's out there ready for me, that know that, as Councilman Hassan said, Councilman All mentioned, that there's resources that already exist, and that the more knowledgeable they are, the more aware they can see these situations happening to get connected a lot quicker. That we're tearing down these walls in which stigma keeps us from help seeking. Okay, that's a lot. That happens a lot within men. That happens a lot within young people. I mean, it's a little bit of data. I always bring in data because I think it's important to note. The largest population in which an age group is that are at least likely to get help are between the ages of 16 to 22, and that's a big age group. But we think about the adolescent years into transitioning into adulthood. The population of the gender least likely to receive help or go help seeking are men. The population, the race and ethnicity that's least likely to obtain help and having an active diagnosis are African American people. So you put all that together, young men who are Black are least likely to be engaged in any type of help seeking when it comes to mental health. That's the data. That's not me talking. That's the data. So when these men confront police officers, then what do we have here? Police already are looking at them as being dangerous when what they need is help. That's what we're talking about. So, if we talk about social justice, we're talking about the real issue underlying here, and that's destigmatizing mental health. And that happens with our young people. That happens when we tell them from a very early age that it's not what's wrong with you, but rather what has happened to you. And to also be able to build community enough to get them the help they need. So we're not waiting until it's too late and for people to start thinking, well, now I need to deal with something. I'm not bringing someone else into this world when I'm not okay here, and in my spirit, right? So, these are all things that we have. So expecting, one, to build language, two, to create space, three, to know limitations and boundaries of what this is and what this is not, and four, being able to say, okay, now then what? What would a trainer look like? And continue that out. So, that's just a small snippet of how we have to integrate care, compassion, and community into everything that we're doing when we're educating about mental health awareness and coaching for young people.
Thank you so much. And Superintendent Hassan, if you could tell us about the summer program that you guys have up and coming so students can know and expect what's next with that.
Well, I'm excited to talk about, and thank you, Dr. Davis, for allowing me to share that insight. We're excited to now know that we're going to be launching full-day summer enrichment over the summer, that we were addressing all aspects of addressing mental health, academic support, and social emotional learning. So, we're excited. We're going to be offering from grades pre-K all the way to 12th grade. So that's phenomenal that we are starting this journey right now, where a lot of schools just are trying to figure out what they want to do. And this is all for our students. This is all for every to make sure that they're holistically sound when they leave this district, providing all the resources that we can provide. So I'm very thankful for, our local government and our elected officials providing the CARES funding that will allow us to continue to help our students, especially during this pandemic time.
Thank you for sharing. And Councilman Awi, could you talk about the summer work experience program supported by City Council that's coming to the city this year for students?
Totally excited about what's to come from, the summer work experience program. We, again, the kids, let me not call them kids, our scholars, our leaders have set the bar so high. And that's why I'm saying that the expectations that we have for them coming up is phenomenal, is going to be out the roof. And again, the impact, right? We coming off of the summer that we came off last year, and we already know the impact that they made in the social justice realm, in the entrepreneurial realm, and seeing that carry over. I'm sure most of our scholars that was in the program, the school year that they had, even through the pandemic, happened to be an exemptional school year. And, so we want to see that carry over. We talked about the peers and them being able to influence. We're starting to see that, the expectation of people who wants to be in the program is increased incrementally. Why? Because their friends has told them, like, this program is lit, right? And they're able to see the advantage of them being in the program. And so now they're jumping on as well. And so we're expecting big numbers, not just numbers in enrollment, but numbers in achievement, numbers in accomplishment, numbers in dollars for our kids that, start their own businesses and so on and so forth, and really make an impact in our community. As as the councilman, as a former, educator in the city, and as a resident of the city, I'm excited just to see the work these kids are going to do and the impact they're going to make to us. And that's why we're doing whatever we can to support them here on city council and in the administration with the mayor.
Thank you so much. So guys, you heard it. It's going to be lit this summer. Not only do you got summer school, you got the summer work experience program, and your city is all about getting you to the bag. It's earning and learning. So thank you all for coming in and giving us your blessing and trusting us with your scholars. We appreciate you all. Thank you. So now we're going to have a recap on our makeup program. Take a look at what happened in class.
Now, has anybody used this skin regimen since we started class?
Yes, but now I need more skincare products.
Okay. And how did you feel when you first started using the system? Did you notice a difference?
Yes, I noticed a major difference when I first started using it, and my skin cleared up immediately, but once I stopped using it, it just went away. So it's definitely something you have to be consistent with.
This class has helped me embrace my beauty and learn about how to take care of my skin, because I'm not super girly. So learning how to embrace my beauty through makeup is really helpful. The makeup course is really cool because you get to learn a lot about taking care of your skin. I learned how to exfoliate my face and my body. I learned what cleanser to use because I have a combination of tea. So I get sometimes I either get super dry right here or super oily down here. So this class has really helped me to learn what moisturizer and cleansers to use.
When I was filling out the application form for this program, I was not sure what classes to pick. And honestly, I kind of fell back on skincare and makeup because I was stumped and I didn't know what else to pick. So I was like, okay, let me just pick this. And coming in, I was so confused with everything that we were talking about. I didn't know that you had to use all these products. I didn't know that you couldn't use oils during the day because that will burn your skin. And I think it's really helped me and impacted me because I used to have really harsh blackheads, and now they're starting to fade. And also my under eyes used to be very dark, but that has also started to fade.
To be honest, when I started actually filling out the application for the class, I wasn't exactly sure if this was exactly what I wanted because I've never actually took time with makeup. I would usually go natural without any stress or pain, and I would actually just
go out just like that. But when I started taking the class, I realized there was some dangers to what I was doing instead of not taking care of myself properly. And I realized that I had to take time for myself and also make sure that I had the proper equipment for my body and my face. I'm not much of a person who will actually sit there for hours just doing it, but it's worth it to know what's safe for your body and yourself for the future.
Sleeping by myself, no one to hold and nothing.
Now, please allow me the pleasure to introduce our instructor, the one and only Vanessa Holland. How are you, Vanessa?
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. That was amazing. I enjoyed watching that, just watching the students. I just adore every single last one of them.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you an opportunity to interview two of your students and kind of showcase a little bit about the work that you guys did in the class, okay?
Okay, first, wait, before you disappear on me, I just want to tell you thank you for bringing me back and just working with this program. And these students are amazing, and I just enjoy it each and every time. And I really appreciate Jamela Davis as well as the VIP Online Academy. And East Orange, they have my heart. I love all my students out in East Orange. So this was amazing.
Thank you so much for the experience. And now I'm going to bring your two students on.
Hi, guys. So this is Cassidy and this is Nikiti. And these ladies were always on time and in class. Right now, they're actually going to be doing some looks as I speak to you guys. So in this program, we talked about skincare and makeup. You guys could get started on your look. We talked about skincare and makeup and just having a skin regimen and the proper things to do when it comes to your skin, and just basic things that they were really unaware about when it pertained to cleansing, toning, moisturizing. And let's be clear, because it's not just for the young ladies, this is for our gentlemen as well. So, you know, don't be scared when it comes to having a skin regimen. But this was excellent. We were able to talk about the skin, learn the basic steps, find out what was important, what we should be using during the daytime as far as SPF is concerned. We also went straight into makeup. So what you see my two students doing right now are demonstrating what we learned in the class, filling in eyebrow sculpting, applying eyeshadow properly, also lash applications. We went through the whole thing, highlighting, contouring. It was just a wonderful experience. I think the girls had fun. I mean, you know, we did makeup and skincare every day. So I'm really proud of them and how far they come and how comfortable they are with themselves, because that's what this was about. It was just bringing out that inner beauty and, you know, just helping them have more confidence when it comes to their skincare and just their everyday looks. Nikiti, if you had anything you wanted to say regarding the program, please feel free.
I think this program is helpful for us because it allows us, like you said, to feel more confident in ourselves, and feeling confident in ourselves makes our life better. And the way I think it has to do with self-care as well. So yeah.
Did you have anything that you wanted to say?
I agree that class helped us build our confidence, and it really educated us on different ways to take care of ourselves and how we can go about doing that, what we need to get. And I feel like more people should learn how to take care of their skin and themselves in general. It can make you a lot happier and feel more beautiful.
So thanks again. Thank you guys. And I really hope you guys enjoyed everything that we did in the program. And I'm just proud of them. As you can see, they are working And anybody else have any questions for me, Jamila or?
Yes. So I'm taking a look at what they're doing. Could you guys explain a little bit about what it is that you're doing and explain the technique that you're using here that you learned from the class?
Okay, Cassidy, explain your look for today.
So today I'm doing the simple AI, and basically how I think about doing that is, well, what I did was I put black eyeshadow and also eyeliner, put it on the bottom of my eye, and then put it also on the top, brush it upward, and then in the crease you can put brown. You basically put that all together. And after that, you can go again and pat black eyeliner on your eye to give it the smoky blended look.
Yes, I see you have a smoky look going on. Amazing. And could you tell me, Ms. Whittaker, a little bit about what you're doing? And it seems like your eyebrows are fleet. Did you do your eyebrows yourself too?
Yes, I did this before the live. Would you like me to explain the eyebrow mapping?
Yes.
What I did was to map your eyebrow, you had to go from the corner of your eye, your nose, and then the middle of your eye for the arch, and then the corner of your eye for the end of your eyebrow. And then you fill it in with a spoolie, and then you conceal it with your concealer and your concealer brush. And that's how I did that. I also did everyday makeup look. I added a brown transition color and a pink shimmer. And then since I have hooded eyes, I only extended it, the eyeliner out. I didn't like line my eyes, only extended it out because it doesn't really look good on hooded eyes. And that's the look.
Wow. So I'm super proud of you because you could do things that I don't know how to do. How about that? Right? So what do you think about the $1 billion beauty industry that you guys now have skill set to tap into? What's next for you? Are you potentially going to utilize the skill sets that you guys learned to make money? So me just adding in, I don't know which one you want to jump in, but I know my makeup artist charges like $150 every time I sit in her chair. So that's a whole thing right there. And your eyebrows are like exactly amazing, like to die for right now. So I just wanted you to know you got a skill, if you don't know, that can really translate into some money.
I think it's a possibility that I could use these skills in my life because I actually really like doing makeup and all that. So I might like put that as like a side job or something because I actually really like it.
That's good. And that's a great side hustle that could help take you through college and you have money on the side. So that's good. That's good stuff. What about you, Cassidy? And I'm loving that red on your lips. You are making it pop.
Thank you. And I agree that with the skills I have with makeup, I can use it as like a side job to do and benefit off that.
That's what's up. So Vanessa, I thank you. I thank you. And students, I thank you for displaying what you all learned. Thank you for coming out and sharing with everybody the power of the class that Vanessa taught you, which is the beauty of makeup. Thank you all so much. So guys, that was our makeup class. Now we're going to move right on into Flip 101, which is how to build your own t-shirt brand. Take a look at this.
And I know this is Flip 101, and they often refer to it as like the t-shirt class. But streetwear, as me and Mr. Shahid has been explaining over the past few weeks, is so much more than just, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. So today we wanted to dive in and share some videos from industry experts with tips on how you guys can elevate your brand, even with just using t-shirts and hoodies. Even for people who, you know, are going to be buying blanks, meaning buying a blank t-shirt and adding your design to it, there is still ways to make that look like a premium product, a high quality product, and to still elevate your brand. So we are going to spend today doing that. Right, the font is not going to give you an idea. That's going to give you an idea of designing your logo, but that is not going to give you an idea of what your brand is about. That's something internally that you would need to kind of, you know, flesh out. Usually, and that's what we spent time in the first few classes. I always suggest to people, and this is not mandatory, but your brand should be built around, or the meaning behind your brand should be something that, one, you have an interest in. It might be a hobby, it might be things you like to do, it may be like a cause that you're passionate about, like something that's going on in the world that you're passionate about. But you need to have, your brand needs to have a meaning, and especially now more than ever, we are in a time that, one, when people are buying clothing, they want to know who's the designer behind the brand. They definitely want to know what your brand means, what's your brand mission, what's your brand goals, what do you like. They want to know what your brand stands for. So
basically in this class, I learned how to professionally go about having my own business and how to professionally and know the hidden key points.
Through this entire program, I've learned how to start my own business. I've definitely opened up my creativity, like when we were creating logos. And I've actually started to create my own logo, and I've just learned so much. Our brand, Ostentatious Unisex Clothing Brand, that is a summary of me. And I made it because I always went to stores and find clothes I like. So I decided to make my own clothes that boys and girls could wear that could also express themselves.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the Flip 101 class was taught by Tiffany Williams, owner of Belargo. She started her brand with $500 and turned it into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And she's teaching our students how to do the same. The co-instructor of the class is Shahid, who I think we have in the building. He is also a designer, and he's done some stuff for some major people. Shahid, are you there with me?
Yes, I am here.
How are you? Can you introduce yourself to folks and tell them a little bit about the brands you designed for?
Yes, I am Shahid Brown, and I am a streetwear designer, graphic designer. Most of my work is celebrity based. You know, I work with different clients, Lil Uzi Vert, P. Rock, YBN Amer, Gunna. It's just a lot, And I also did a lot of streetwear design. You know, me and Ms. Tiffany have been working together for 8 years.
Wow.
And it's been a long journey working on her brand, Belargo. And now I'm into basically running my own brand and getting everything off the ground with that.
Well, I appreciate you guys because I heard the students love your class, right? So we actually have a video from one of the students that they submitted that I'd like you to take a look at. Watch this.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Francesca Hutcherson, and today I'm going to be presenting my business. For starters, I would like to take the time to say thank you to Tiffany, Shahid, Lydia, Dr. Jamila, and everyone that has made this virtual experience possible. You guys have given us yet another opportunity to learn as well as be able to present our creations. And for that, I'm truly thankful. So the business that I want to start goes by the name of FA, or For Augmented Heights. It also happens to be my initials, FAH. So for this brand, we commit ourselves to making clothing that accommodates to the heights of all of its tall consumers, all while maintaining a stylish look. For years, I've always struggled with finding clothes that fits my length, especially in my arms and my legs. Being 5'10", I dread going shopping because I know I won't be able to find anything that fits my length, at least not in the women's section. On the rare occasions that I am able to find items, it's either really pricey or simply not cute. With this brand, I do strive to create clothes that meets the needs that I fail to see time and time again in the fashion industry. Our motto is striving to reach all the long-legged lovelies near and far. So on the screen, you're able to see two of my logos. For the green shirt, it shows the acronym FA, and it has the for augmented height typed underneath. And then for the gray shirt, you're able to see the actual symbol logo, which is a shadow of a tall person, and then the acronym FA. Some of the pieces that I want to sell are graphic t-shirts, crew neck sweaters, hoodies, sweatpants, joggers, patchwork jeans, and just to incorporate more of today's streetwear fashions into my business. I just want to truly make a difference and to be the change that I want to see, serving all of the long-legged lovelies near and far. Thank you guys so much for your attention. And at this time, does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I have a few questions. So Shaheed, we're going to bring your students into the room so we can talk to them. And amazing. Did you see that?
Yes.
Francesca, I'm so proud of you.
She definitely did an outstanding job. She hit everything right on point when we talk about branding and understanding everything there is to run a brand. Francesca, definitely.
So Francesca, I have a question. How much is it going to take for you to get your brand up and running?
I actually didn't go over costs because I wanted to just have a solidified idea before investing any money into it. So I'm not really sure of what a cost would be.
Are you serious about this?
Yeah, I am. I actually reached out to both of my teachers to give me their contact information so that I can talk to them more in depth so I can actually make this an actual business.
Did you apply for the summer work experience program?
Yeah.
You did. Okay, so we're going to look into that. But today, because of what I saw, and this has nothing to do with the city, this has to do with my own pockets, I'm going to sponsor your brand. I'm going to help you take that creation that you made, and we're going to bring that to life because I believe in you. How about that?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Shaheed, I'm going to need you to help me with that. Help her get her logo and stuff together. Let's get her some pieces. We're going to help her transform her website, get that up and going, and take this brand and bring it to life. Can we do that, Shaheed?
Yes, we definitely can.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then I see we have Mickerson on the line. Mickerson, talk to us and tell me a little bit about what you got out of the class and what's your brand.
What I got out of class is basically just how to make a business and scheduling, to keep your business on track, and how like the types of fabrics you must use to your clothing to come out good and for it to look good, and just a whole bunch of other stuff that's so important.
Okay, so what about you this summer? Are you going to come to the summer youth program the summer work experience program so that you could take that whole thing to the next level?
I am not old enough.
Oh, you're not old enough yet?
No.
All right. But the good part about this is that you can still continue to practice, right? And I'm going to make sure you get my email. So I want you to build out your brand. And when you get a plan together that's solid, like that plan that Miss Francesca presented, we'll figure out what kind of resources we can bring to you as well. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you all so much for your time. And Shaheed, we thank you and Tiffany for investing in our students. And Francesca, hopefully you and I will see each other this summer face to face, but we're going to get started on that plan.
Yes, thank you so much again.
Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
All right.
Okay. So now we're going to move on in our program and bring up our Rec Fitness teacher so he can talk a little bit more about the Rec Fit program and what they brought to the table.
Hey, grace and peace, everybody. How's everyone doing? I go by Coach Britty. I just want to say I had such an awesome time with the students. The difference in my program is I'm interactive with them in the physical sense that they have to move. They can't sit down and use their brain. They have to use their muscles and their might. So that being said, I was just so overwhelmed with a lot of the energy from the kids. And one of the things that they did that really got me going was the energy. I'm one of those instructors that I like a lot of energy in. And some of them tapped in there and said, well, I'm just a beginner. I said, yeah, but you're going to move in some aspect or another in this program. So they really did do a great job in trying to keep up. And I also gave the condensed version of particular exercises. But every now and again, when the music starts pumping and things start getting jumping, we get a little more rhythmatic, don't we? So I really did want to say thank you to each and every one of you all. And let's just be for real. Jamal Pearson, the director of cultural affairs, he and I are both martial artists. This is our field of expertise. So him bringing me on to do this was nothing but God sent. The mayor, as you know, he's a friend of mine who also is in fitness. So this was a marriage that was made, right? And then obviously the City Hall Council, I did matter of fact, the year anniversary when I did a fitness program inside the City Hall, the chambers. I did a fitness with some of the council people came down and did a fitness thing with me a year ago today. So I covered everybody. So I'm just looking forward to hearing these students' viewpoint and see what they got for me. And I'll take all good criticism.
Wow. Sounds good. So let's bring your students out because it's not only important to have your mind to be healthy, your body has to be healthy too. So I love what you guys were able to do with the program.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Listen, now that I have you on here, let me just, is Patrick on? Did someone tell me, did Patrick make it?
No, Patrick was unable to make it.
Okay, so I have Taiji, and who else do I have? I have Dorothy. I can't see the screen because it's small.
Okay, it's Ms. Wilkerson who you asked for. So I got your two students that you requested.
So listen. So I'm gonna speak to Taiji last. So Ms. Wilkerson first. I want to ask you, give me one of those answers to the question that we had at the end of the session. What did you like best about it, and what was your favorite cardio move?
What I liked best about it was like how you showed us like to be ourselves. And my favorite cardiac workout is the punches.
Yeah, I believe you chose the punches on the last session, right? So what we did was, so some of the people can know, what we did was sequence punches. It actually gets the heart rate going and pumping. No matter if you're older or if you're younger, we all need that invigorating workout that keeps things going. And when I went to college, just let me add this little tidbit. When I went to college, one thing that I never stopped doing, that Grandmaster Green, who was Ted Green's father, he taught me, he said, when you go to college, do not stop working out. He said, you're going to find that you're going to need to be stressed less when you take those exams. So I did it, and I made the dean's list 3 times. So just let you all know, it does work. Now, Taiji, you got to give it to me, girl, because you was one of my favorites. No offense to anyone else, but you gave me a lot of energy, and you know, you came up with a couple of things, and you had your chair there, and you really gave me some impact. So I want you to tell the people, what was your best moment of the class, and what did you not like about your instructor? Go.
First, I love my instructor. You were so energized and pumped, which just made me more energized and wanted to do it. Even when I was tired some days, I was like, let me just get up and do it. And then watching you just gave all that energy going on to me, and I was just like, all right, I'm ready.
You know, and that's one of those trademarks that I carry, even though I'll be as old as I'm going to be this month. One of the trademark is, and you know, you can look it up in the book for the fitness. When you take your test, it's going to tell you to increase the intensity in your workout. Everyone wants the slow pace, and that's very fine for some people. But Taiji, you and Wilson, you were giving me so much energy. When I did the punch sequence, your legs was jumping like mine was jumping, and I just got excited. And let me just add this little tidbit. Taiji and Wilson, we're going to tell these adults, come and get some of that workout, right? It wasn't just for the adults, was it? It was for the children. It was for everybody. And now that we're talking to everybody in the CW Stars, Let them know that the Body by Brittany or the Breakfast, we are actually all about fitness. And it's not only just for physical, your emotional state. And you guys mentioned the mental health. Do you know what fitness does to mental health? It brings everything down. It takes your pace down. It evens things up. And then if you're so tired, you can't be upset about a lot of things. So it's to increase that intensity in your workout. As you said, Taji, I brought the energy. Well, sometimes you inspired me. And I said, well, if she's jumping around, I have to jump around. And this, let me tell you all something now. I'm also a minister. And when the pastor see people jumping around the church, what does the pastor do? The pastor jumps around. Am I right? So you all just do me a favor. Just to answer one more question. When we were doing the meditation part, because I'm also certified in meditation, relaxation, and stress reduction. When we were doing the meditation part, I never got a chance to ask you, what did you think about that? And what was your concept of it?
Well, I thought about it. I thought it was a perfect way to end because it relaxes everything, our mind and our body. It just gets us back into a mellow state after just being up. Just up. I think it was just an amazing way to end everything off because most times in exercising, you don't.
That's exactly it. And you,
It made me feel relaxed.
Now listen, and those are very good concepts. What you grabbed out of it, you really saw yourself calming down. And here's a good tidbit that I'm gonna give you guys, and you can use it for the rest of your life. That particular exercise of breathing method and exhaling in and out, you can do that when you are feeling stressed, mentally drained. You are to go into your own room. Don't dim the light too low. Keep the light to a moderate light. And I want you to breathe in through your nose and out your mouth 3 good times. Everything comes in threes in the Bible. 3 good times. And just open up your lungs through your nose and exhale. Because what's in you is making you tired. And that's why I have a lot of energy, because I do meditate and I do my breathing exercises. And that being said, I am just so super happy for you all. And some of you asked about fitness. So here's what I want to do, Jamila. I'm going to give those that are interested a 2-week pass to LA Fitness of their choice. They just have to let me know where they're going to go. I'm going to make the phone call, give their name, and it's free of charge. You can do whatever you want. And this is what I like to do. I love to promote fitness, just like our mayor and our director. We all grew up together, and it's all we know is fitness. I mean, we know other things, but we know about fitness. Thank you.
Thank you so much for an amazing class. The students bragged about it, and they learned and they earned. So thank you so much for that.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. So as we get ready to close our program out, we want to do a brief recap on what's happened with our summer program. We had an instructor by the name of Travis who's going to come out now. He did performing arts this summer, and he taught students about music. And after the summer program ended, he did not end his service to our students. He continued on with them, and he's going to speak a little bit about the journey. Travis, where are you?
I'm here. Hey.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Okay, so to everybody, my name is Travis Pratt. I'm a singer, actor, vocal coach, kind of based in New York City. And as Mr. Miller just said, yeah, I met 3 extraordinary students who were in this program that you guys are hearing about today. And we began, actually the class was like hip hop development. It's like my colleagues brought me on for the music and the vocal part of it. And I was just very, very smitten with a couple of voices at the very beginning. And interesting, a couple of people I saw today was also in this class. Francesca was one of them. And it was just great to see you guys again and to hear like their success and how much they enjoyed the program in other capacities, because I was only concerned with the class I was in. I didn't realize, I'm just very excited to hear, how great the service was to them in the other classes as well. But anyway, as she said, the service didn't end. I started, this Young Icons program with like 10 really gifted kids from all across the country. They're from like California and from New York and from Jersey, from Chicago. There's a couple from Atlanta, the whole 9. And I took 3 of the kids from the program, 2 actually, and another one went to school with them. And we've been working on like throughout the entire year. We started in the fall. And I have you guys to know, like, they applied to like literally some of the biggest musical theater schools in the country, and got in most of all of them. You know, these students have scholarships and all of that. So I mean, you the work that you put in this type of program. And what I want to say to you guys is it doesn't end here. You know, life is built on relationships. There's very, very few people who've gotten to where they are based on their own merit. They met somebody who liked them. So when you show up and do your best, people notice. And when somebody likes you, they then show you favor. So I'm saying that to say, you know, literally they got into AMDA. That's the American Academy of Dramatic and Musical Arts. Trevor got into Columbia College in Chicago. And, you know, Nemat was auditioning for Carnegie Mellon. I mean, these are big name schools, guys, in terms of musical theater. It's literally the best of the best schools in the country. And literally kids from this program, the exact same program that some of you guys are applying to and have participated in, they came from the exact same thing. So if they can do it, you can too. So I'm here to say, if you're interested in like singing and that type of thing, you know, I'll be back on this year. And I mean, it's beyond, what I'm trying to say is any type of singing that you're into, we can do it. You know what I mean? It's like they happen to be students who were into like into the whole Broadway aspect of it, and that's something that I do as well. And it's like we coach them with that, and literally we did everything, guys, from monologues. I brought in colleagues like my friends of mine from Broadway who coached them on their monologues, getting them prepared for college. You know, we did how to handle yourself in auditions, like in terms of what you wear, how to conduct yourself, how you talk, and all of that type of stuff. We even talked about elevator pitches. And this is something I want to give you guys who are still on the call. An elevator pitch is, you know, to how to sell yourself in 10 seconds. For me, I'm Travis Pratt. I'm a singer. I have high energy, you know, yada, 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 yada type deal. So you know what to say when you meet somebody, because you might not get that opportunity again. So with that being said, we have a video with these guys singing. So if we can pull
that's
that
what
up.
I was asking. Can I see it? Because to hear it is amazing.
Let's pull it up.
What the students were doing.
Let's pull it up.
Okay.
Is that a hinge of light? Oh, come and look. I need to know if I am seeing right. We've lived so long in dark, I'm almost frightened to believe those clearing skies on that glistening horizon. Please tell me my eyes do not deceive me. Listen to the melody, 'cause my love is in there hiding. I love you in a place where there's no space or time. I love you for my life. You're a friend of mine.
Wow.
They're singing, right?
And wow. So these
Yes.
were students that you met in the Schwepp program?
All of them, absolutely.
Wow.
And there's actually another one, and her name is Giovanni Napolitan, and she's my intern with the program. She kind of says so. The presentation that we did in terms of like the looking up like what kids are doing and what's popular now, she kind of did that for me. And it's like, so I brought her on as well. So like literally gave her a job with you know, my program in the exact same way. So what she did for me in Schwepp, she's doing for me outside of it.
Wow, wow, and wow. So not only did you give them training, you gave them job work experience as well. So
100%.
Travis, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, because for the VIP Academy, that's what we look for. People who are willing to go over and above. For me, this is my ministry, right? So I do it because it's my passion. It's the way that I serve. So to be amongst others who serve the way that I serve means everything. So we are looking forward to having you back this year with the SWEP program. And thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Okay, everyone. So we are getting to the end of the program where we give you guys your certificates and we celebrate you. So I'm going to bring on our partner, Grades for Life. Chris, will you come on so we can conclude the program and honor students who have been a part of this amazing, amazing platform? Again, before I leave out, I want to thank this good city. I want to thank Mayor Ted Green. I want to thank LaDonna Johns and all of those who took a part in this, who gave this program a blessing for us to be able to do so. And now I'm going to turn it over to Chris from Grades for Life, and he is going to present to you all your certificates.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tarshara Baker with Grades for Life. I am Chris's counterpart, and just helping to reward students everywhere for all the hard work that you do. So we have been so excited to partner with this amazing program to be able to provide you with awards. And this year, you guys worked hard, and guess what? Hard work pays off. So we want to thank you with some awards. So your instructors throughout the time have identified a list of students who have really did their thing, who showed up, who've turned in assignments on time, who've interacted, and who were just overall rock stars in the class. And that's not to say that everyone wasn't a rock star, but they just gave a little bit beyond. And these students were recognized by their instructors. So we'll be sending these awards off to the top students. But first, we would like to thank you all for being a part of this program and continuing to be amazing. So at this point in time, I just want to share with you the following students who have been rewarded and recipients of the Grades for Life awards. So here are some of the award recipients from RecFit and from Flip 101. Congratulations, you guys. And here are some of the recipients from Makeup and Skincare, as well as SEL. So take notice of your names. Congratulations to you all. I wish you nothing but the best. Look forward to seeing you in subsequent programs. And in addition to that, when it comes to the awards, you will be receiving your award shortly. And thank you so much for your time. Take care.
Yeah, and to add to that, I just want to say thank you guys for participating this year. You guys really showed up and did your thing. Again, I'm Chris Johnson, founder of Grades for Life. And yeah, we're just happy to be involved and excited to have you guys and excited to be able to give you rewards. So keep earning a great grade for life, which is what you guys have been doing. Thanks again.
Thank you again, Chris. So we are going to close out our program. Thank you all for participating, but now we are going to present your certificates to you, and you will see your names cross across the screen, and you will officially be able to pick up your checks on May 28th. Thank you all for participating. And I forgot to give a special thank you to the school district, to Superintendent Hassan, to Dr. Kelly, all those who were a part of this and made it happen. Miss Antoinette, can't forget Lydia Smith behind the scenes, making it all go through, all the instructors, all the students who showed up and showed out. We love you, and we're looking forward to an amazing summer. So now we are going to end with your virtual certificates.
We're back. We are right now for the closing. Thank you all for joining us for your town hall. You guys did amazing today. But we're gonna close it off with some fun. Do remember, I am DJ Sophia at DJ Sophia Rock. Hit that follow button. Let's go.
Brand new Lamborghini, a cop car, with a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, but this a clock. My Glock told me chop. It's safe to say I earned it, ain't a nigga gave me nothing. I'm ready to hop out on a nigga, get the bus. Know you heard me say you play, you late, don't make me push the butt. Full of pain, dropped enough tears to fill up a fuck.
Going for buggers, I bought a chopper. I got a big drum to hold 100. Ain't going for nothing, I'm ready to air it out on all these niggas. I can see I'm running. She talked to my mom, she hit me on FaceTime just to check up on me and my brother. I'm really the baby, she know that the youngest I was always guaranteed to get the money.
Okay, let's go.
She know that the baby boy was always guaranteed to get the loot. She know what I do, she know if I run from it, I'ma pull it out and shoot. PTSD, I'm always waking up a cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter a G, she saw me killing in front of her before the age of 2. And I'd kill another nigga too. Before I let another nigga do something to you. That means you know that don't let nobody tell you different that they love you.
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, this a clock.
We all rock stars right now. We all rock stars. We all in here right now. I hope you guys had fun at your town hall. I am DJ Sophia at DJ Sophia Rock.
I'm a pop star. From the plane to the helicopter, yo. Pop star. I'm a pop star. I'm a pop star. From the plane to the helicopter, yo. Pop star. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Calling my phone like I'm locked up non-stop. From the plane to the helicopter, yo. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs, nah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Calling my phone like I'm locked up non-stop. From the plane to the helicopter, yo. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs, nah. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Wanna be my babe? Hey, drop it down like the CIA. Hey, wanna be my babe? Hey, wanna be my babe?
We got good vibes only going on right now. Good vibes only. We dancing, we having a good time right now. We having some fun. Positive vibes only right now. Let's keep the party moving. Smooth. We're taking a smooth lane right now.
You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy.
DJ Sophia.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie, got all them girls shook. My big fat, got all them boys cooked. Went from dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno Sang to me while I do my money dance like.
I know you guys know it.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm one of the greatest, I'm one of the greatest, I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily.
We all been great today. You guys have been great today. Thank you all scholars for joining us today for your town hall. Do remember, I am DJ Sophia at DJ Sophia Rocks on all social media.
Let's go. Left foot, right foot, levitating. Pop stars, do a leap with the baby. I had to lace my shoes.